The Mac is so incredibly important to us. This week marks the 25th anniversary of our first notebook. Every generation of Mac notebook had some major innovation. The first trackpad, the first notebook with built-in Wi-Fi, the first aluminum unibody design, the first with all-flash storage, and the first with all-day battery life, and the first Retina display. For 25 years, we've been defining and redefining what a notebook is and what a notebook can do. And today, we're going to do it again. I'd like to invite Phil Schiller up.
Well, good morning, everyone. A new generation MacBook Pro, whole new design. It comes in a 13-inch and 15-inch sizes, in silver and space gray. And it is simply the thinnest and lightest MacBook Pro we have ever made. First, let's look at the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Just 14.9 millimeters thin, 17% thinner, 23% smaller in volume. It weighs just 3 pounds, almost a half a pound less than the previous version. Now let's look at the 15-inch notebook. 15.5 millimeters thin. That's 14% thinner, 20% smaller, and it weighs just 4 pounds. Again, a half a pound less. And look inside. There's a new Force Touch trackpad. It is twice as big. Keyboard, a second generation Butterfly. You're probably looking at that area just above it. This is what it looks like. It's a Retina display. It is multi-touch. We call it Touch Bar. Now, Touch Bar can do so many things. First, it replaces the standard system functions, the brightness, volume, whatever software you're using. In Safari, Touch Bar is showing us buttons for our favorite websites. And tap it, and it takes you to that website. Touch Bar can provide new surfaces for tools that we use all the time. So for example, here I am in Photos, and I want to straighten that photo. I have a new interface. It's also really helpful when you're typing. The Touch Bar can show you quick type suggestion, Touch ID, log into your Mac with your fingerprint. And it's integrated right where it belongs, in with the power button.
Well, good morning, and thank you, Phil. So now I can just take my finger, and I'm instantly inside my Mac. System control, they're all still here. And Siri has a dedicated key. If you have multi-touch, you can tap and slide. Here in the middle is an area for contextual controls. So here we are in Mail, composing a message, replying, even flagging. Quick type options. I can make the text bold, change its color, messages. For browsing all of my emoji, I can slide through them. You see, here I've opened a Safari window that has multiple tabs. I get previews here. I can just tap and move through my tabs. In a new tab, tap on the plus button. Right here, I have all my favorites. Well, I can actually buy this impulse purchase here with Touch ID. But I'm able to enjoy this photo in full screen on my main display because Touch Bar takes over all of the navigation. Swipe between them, scrub the video forward. Also great for making quick edits. This that maybe I want to rotate, I can do it with just a tap. I can go darker or lighter, just tap through, look at different effects. I can customize my Touch Bar, customize your control strip, even your set of primary system control. And that's back to Touch ID. And when Phil places his finger on the sensor, it actually recognizes him, and with a click, he can fast user switch right into his account.
Thanks, Craig. So now it's so much easier to search for things in Maps. Answer a FaceTime call, zooming between weeks in your calendar, your music playback, Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, in iMovie, GarageBand, even Terminal. And for developer, not only for using Xcode, but creating Touch Bar in their own application. So now let's turn to the display. 67% brighter, greater contrast ratio, 25% greater color gamut, consumes less power, and is as thin as a 12-inch MacBook display. It's an Intel Core i7, 6th generation, quad-core chip, Radeon Pro graphics, and the storage is faster. New thinner heat pipes, new innovative fan blades, and it sounds better too. Got twice the dynamic range. This is the kind of performance you feel everyday real-world applications. 4 Thunderbolt 3 port. It uses the USB-C style connector, and that means that any one of the 4 ports can be your charging port. It can be power, Thunderbolt, USB, DisplayPort, VGA, or HDMI. Well, here's an example of what you can do. It's called the LG Ultrafine 5K display. It's wide color, built-in cameras, microphones, and speakers, 3 USB-C ports, and all of that connects to your MacBook Pro over a single Thunderbolt 3 cable. It also charges the MacBook Pro over that same cable. When you think about that storage, those displays, this level of expandability and performance, we want to show you 3 examples of professional applications. The first one, Final Cut Pro.
Right here in the Touch Bar, I can see my entire timeline, fully interactive. So I can drag to move through my project, tap to jump, and zoom in.
Next, Photoshop.
The touch bar has changed to show me only the controls I need for this task. I'm adjusting the size of the brush, and then I'm going to go into full screen. And I can 100% focus on my image.
DJ Pro.
Here I can scratch.
Microsoft is working to bring all of Microsoft Office to MacBook Pro with incredible touch bar support, like Affinity Designer, Pixelmator, and on and on. The new MacBook Pro deliver up to 10 hours of battery life. And we're going to continue to offer MacBook Air in a 13-inch in our line. So we're making a model of the 13-inch MacBook Pro with traditional function keys and 2 Thunderbolt ports. It's actually 12% thinner, 13% smaller in volume. Both weigh the same 3 pounds. You can see how much smaller it is. So now you see we actually have 3 models of the new MacBook Pro. A 13-inch with traditional function keys, a 13-inch with touch bar, and a 15-inch with touch bar. The pricing are $14.99, $17.99, and $23.99. So those are our MacBook Pros. Thank you very much. Back to you, Tim.
We think you are going to love this new MacBook Pro, and we can't wait to see all of the amazing things that people are going to do with it.